This is going to be a quick video regarding some products from Jackery. So, we all know Prime deal happened. Prime Day, whatever. And I like stuff from Jackery. I don't generally go for things that are popular in the Instagram world with overlanders and if you know, like, I'm not a big Scotto fan, but I do like stuff from Jackery. That's what I have. I already have a couple of Jackery 300s. I think they are amazing. The 240 shouldn't even exist. It's basically useless. It's small. I've had that before and I got rid of it. The 300s are just perfect. So when Prime Day happened, I got another 300. I got a Jackery 500. And I got the Jackery Solar Saga 100. So they were crazy deals, and I had to go for it. So check it out. These are all brand new. I have not used them. I just took them out of the box. There's no reason to waste time opening the boxes on videos. I want to make this a quick video where I talk about just basic specs on each of these three and how quickly each of these can take a charge from the Solar 100. I'm only going to charge each of these from the Solar for about 1 to 2 hours. I'll time it so we can kind of know the charging rate on both of those. I expect a 300 to get charged at a faster rate, not because it's a smaller battery, but because I think it's just designed to accept a higher charging rate. That's my understanding on a 300. I know the 300s, they charge super fast, so we're gonna test them both out and see how quickly this Solar Saga 100 can do its job. By the way, the Solar Saga 100 is folded out to its full size. It does fold away and click like a magnet. Oh, not like a magnet, but there is magnet. You got your stuff here, so that's somewhat compact. It's very skinny, so you can stick it on the side of a fridge or whatever. So we're gonna start with a 300 here. So as you can tell, we still have the sticker on here. Let's go ahead and peel that sucker off. I have not charged this yet. I'll throw that away before it flies in the pool. So let's see what it has right now. Right now it has 51%, so that's perfect. Gives me some room to charge for this test. If you don't know about the 300s opposed to the 240s, they come with a cover for the for this right here, which is amazing. And I don't know why the 240 doesn't have it. This is supposed to be an overlander type product, and there's a lot of dirt and dust out there. So the fact that it has a cover on the 12-volt port is nice. It'd be super amazing if there was a cover for this, this, and this, or at the very least this, considering how small. So I'll probably find some plugs. You can buy plugs for all of these, just generic plugs. So I think I'll be doing that maybe. One thing I do know about the 300s is that you can charge it through this input here as well from here, or both if you really want to boost up the charge. It also supports power delivery. It's got 2 USB ports, and what's awesome is that it has 2 of the AC ports. We'll talk about the 500 here shortly, but the 500 lacks 2 AC ports. One of my favorite functions, I've been using the 300s for a while. Okay, the 300s, I love it because when I'm on the road, I can have my fridge plugged here, my phone's plugged here for charging, and you know, and there's something else here if I want to. I hardly use these. It's more effective using DC power. Anyways, if I don't want to run a fridge and I want to charge my phones, these light on is obviously light on, so that's off, that one's off, so I can have my phone's charging and this off if I want to. There's not like a main power button. Each section has its own power button. Let's go over the specs real quick. Unpack it, but I did keep the manual so I can go a quick overview. So we have recharging. The word's kind of confusing. You see charging, but that's actually powering something else. Recharging unit itself charges at 4.5 hours to the wall, which is very fast. If you have the smaller Saga solar panel, at around 8 hours, but we have the 100 watts. We got the car charger, charged around 500. Oh, I'm sorry, about 5 hours. Not bad. And you got the generator. By the way, you could charge it to the wall charger as well as power delivery. It doesn't really talk about that in the manual, but you could charge it with this and this together, and I believe it's like 3 hours or something. It's pretty fast. But yeah, so that's a quick overview as far as the charging. We're gonna go ahead and go just a couple more specs and we'll move on to the next item. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about capacity. We know it's called the Jackery Explorer 300. It has 293 watt hours. Now what's important here is, okay, see right here it kind of talks about inputs. DC input wall charger, 3.75 amps, and then you get car chargers. You have power deliveries at 20 volts, 3 amps. And you can do DC input plus USB-C power delivery input, and then you got your amperage there. So this right here does tell you. It just doesn't tell you how fast it does it, but it's very fast. Another important thing to know right here is that it does have an Mppt charging, so it regulates itself when it's charging. You don't got to worry about it basically overcharging or destroying itself, and it's very efficient when you're connected to a solar panel. By the way, the Saga solar panels don't have a charge controller. It's all built in through the Jackery. I think we've gone through enough without boring you, so we're going to go to the next item. So now we have the Jackery 500. It is the older model. The 300 is relatively new. By the way, just look at the size difference. It's only 200 or almost 200 milliamp difference, which yet is almost double the size. That's why I think the 300 is like perfect. The 500 is good, but I would rather have 2 300s than 1 500. So we're going to talk about this one now. So we got the Jackery 500. I'll keep it brief. I have not used this. I'm not very familiar with the 500. I'm pretty sure these are for like other solar panels that are not the Jackery. So I'm not really gonna touch on this. I'm sure you guys will figure that out, but I will be using the input there. Now maybe there are outputs because it is in a DC port area. I don't know. Anyways, as you can see, there's only one AC output for this thing, which is not a big deal. I hardly use it. It is nice that the 300 has 2 of them, but that is something to take note of. There are 3 USB ports coming out of here, but you don't have the USB-C. So, you know, that's another indication that this is an older model. It is a big boy though. It does. It is rated at 518 milliamp hour, so it is true to its Explorer 500 name. Whereas Explorer 300 is like 298 milliamp hour or something like that. So this actually exceeds its name. It is an Mppt charge controller, just like the other one. So it does charge pretty good. We'll talk about that here right now. So it is an Mppt. We do have 518.4 watt hour. So it is a pretty, so the Mppt part is important. That is very important. That's something that people wonder if the 500 has. Everybody knows the 300 has it. That's a new model, and I believe the 240 does not have Mppt. The older, smaller 240s. But you can kind of see some specs here. I'll just freeze the screen if you need to, and we're gonna move on. Right here it talks about charging times. So a wall charger, 6.5 as opposed to the 300, 4.5. But you gotta remember this is a 500 and not a 300. So it actually charges at a pretty good rate. With the 100 watt solar panel, which I have, it should take from a complete discharge state 9 hours. That is very, very good. We have the display is a little different on this one as far as the button. We have 48%, perfect. Let's peel the sticker off. Alright, so we are going to talk about the solar panel now. The solar panel, it's folded in half right now. You can see one of the legs here. Let me put something on here so it's not super light and tip over. Alright, there, now we got some support. So we have a leg here and a leg here. So when you fold it open, those are the stands. Let's look at the ports here where we're gonna have our cables, or we're gonna connect our cables to. Here's your charging port to your Jackery. That's basically all you need. Oh, by the way, that's the bag for the Explorer 500. Nothing super crazy. Let me just show you real quick. I almost missed that. Car charger, wall charger, pouch. That's it. Let's move on. So we are going to start off by connecting the Jackery 500 with the Jackery Solar Saga 100. Again, it's simple. We're just going to open it, close this magnetically. We just pop it open, rest it on its legs, connect the cable to here, and let it do its thing. That's all we got to do. So we're going to go ahead and set up right now. Probably going to set up, the sun's up there. Probably set up right there. If I do it on the grass, the dogs are going to mess with it. So, or maybe I'll just set up over there. But we're going to go ahead and set this up. And we'll take note of the time and percentage, and we'll come back in about an hour. It really took like 20 seconds. So I just connected it. There's no buttons to turn on, nothing. All you do is plug it in. So it's 48%. It is about to be 11, so it's like 5 till. So 5 till 11 at 48%. We'll come back at in 1 hour and see what it did in that hour. Then we'll move on to the Jackery Explorer 300. By the way, the 500, while it's big, fits perfectly between the legs. So the solar panel also provides its own shade. So pretty sweet, huh? By the way, it's only been a couple minutes, gone up a couple percentage, but I do want to note that it's charging between 70 to 73% from what I've been seeing. So that's pretty good. That's not bad. 5 to 60 watts, I'll probably be doing 45, 50 watts maybe, but yeah, 71%. Not too bad. That's equal actually about what you get on a wall charger. So this is very effective, having a solar panel if you're out in the field and you need to charge your Jackery. This is the perfect way to do that. I do want to show you guys what I'm doing with my fridge. It's a cheap Set Power 50, AJ50, and I got some Reflectix material, and I wrapped the whole thing and I sealed it off on the edges with tape. I got to get some more tape for the lid. That's why the lid looks like that. But it's this is a very good installation. Very good installation. It works great for the car when you make your own DIY windshield sunshade thing. So I'm doing this for the car. Just this thing spends a lot of time in the car. So right now I put a bunch of garage temperature beers and water. So it's cooling down right now. But yeah, we that was cheap. I mean, a roll of this is like 20 bucks. So I just wanted to show this, you know. So okay, time to follow up on this. It's about an hour now. So let's unplug this. By the way, we were doing about high 60s, low 70%. Let's unplug this. Ooh, get out of the sun. It is warm. We have 59%. So we got 59%. We started at 47, 48%. So that's about at least an 11% increase in an hour. So that's not bad. So we're gonna go ahead and connect the 300, which I have over there, to the solar panel. Let's go ahead and do that now. It's hot as shit. Ooh, it's warm. Okay, so I just connected it. We're at 51%. It is noon. It's about to be noon, so it's just a few minutes before, a couple minutes before noon. So we're at noon. 51%. Let's come back at about 1. We're charging at about 65 watts. So we're gonna come back in about an hour. Way the panel is kind of angled that way, but the sun is over there. So if I were to lay this completely flat, I'm sure I'd get a higher charging rate, but I'm gonna leave it just the way it is. I went ahead and connected the Jackery 500 to the AC charging port. We're charging at 85 watts. That is very good. That's gonna charge in no time. I'm not even gonna measure the time on that. That pretty much goes, is documented on the manuals and stuff. But I kind of need to get some real world with the solar panels there. But yes, 85% is, 85 watts is a very good charging rate. So this will charge up fast. All right, guys. So it's about that time. It's almost an hour, short by about a minute or two. We're at 71%, holding 60 watts. Again, the sun is way up there, so this thing's not angled right. But we got 60 watts, 71%. So we have really good charging rates between both of them. I'm going to go ahead and just, I'm a little bit curious to see if I can get higher charging rates laying it flat, since we're kind of, the sun's up there. So let's check it out. We're getting 75% now. So depending on the season of the year where the sun is on the horizon, right now being summer, it's a little more straight up. So this right here works really good. So that's why we were getting less charging angled. So we're actually getting a very, very good charging rate with it flat. So that's it, guys. It's a quick short video. You determine if you want a 500 or a 300. Whatever you get, that Solar Saga 100 is good. Go for it. It is a very neat system. I had one of the generic ones before with little adapters. That's so much easier. That's just so much better. So we're at 74% after an hour from its last percentage charging through the outlet. Yeah, choose what you want. They're both great. I recommend them both. For someone, most people I will recommend a 300. You know, but the 500 is a great one as well. It is more expensive. It is a little bigger. It does have one less AC outlet, and it doesn't have power delivery. But for most people, that's not a deal breaker or anything. So choose whichever one you think is best for you. But definitely get the Saga 100 if you're a camper, or do any kind of like overlanding or whatever. So anyways, thanks for watching the video, guys. See you guys later.